out of here. The idea is to come off just the same way we went on, one step at a time, everything fairly quiet. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, and just stay still. Ooh, 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 ooh. What do you mean he's not broke yet? Ooh. Ooh. So Joseph, you get him the way he is. Ta-da! He's here. Ooh. One step at a time is like hold back the tide. Ooh. 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 Ooh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Ooh. Ooh. You can control every step he takes. You can control where he goes, right? So you want to step at a time in the right direction. Ooh. Ooh. Remember, he's only been on there once. There we go. Good boy. Not my toe. So as soon as you apply pressure, and he touches it, just off with it. It's a little bit at a time, and it started way less than that this morning. So it's like everything you do, you have to redo, but it expedites. It goes faster the next time, but you're having to do like gentle them, you know, it takes me 30 seconds to gentle them now, then snap the clip, where it took me 20 minutes 2 days ago. So you just, everything has to be done again, but sometimes the process is faster. And so I give pressure till I get what I want, and then I'll give higher expectations over time when you kind of got to read your animal. This is too much, we're going to lose them off the trailer. You know, like what other option did you have? But going on, it's like as he stands, he quiets, he breathes, he, you know, gives a little sigh or grazing or anything like that. You start to read him and you go, okay, I can push a little more. I mean, just got introduced to this thing this morning. It's not even like, you know, I touched him with it yesterday, did one of those. You know, so it's like, it just, things can happen so quick and you can plateau, but then you got to go back all the time, remind, and then come back. We so many times just think that like it's about doing the trick. Well, hurry up and get on the trailer. And it's like, you know, it's Michael Jordan loved the process of basketball. Is why he's so good. You know, he loved to practice. He loved to shoot. Like he didn't just like to play the game and win. He loved the process. And that's, we get in an agenda all the time where it's like, well, it's just about getting on the trailer. Well, it's also about the calmness, the control. You know, I wouldn't have a chance in prayer if we had to jam them on the trailer, you know, rather than be able to walk on. So now the pressure is like, don't just touch it, stay there. Keep it there. So I'm going to keep pressure. Ooh. Because I really want him to go back tomorrow. At least till I'm done. You can have it when I'm done. So I chase him around because it's really like all he knows. I don't really have anything else. You know, besides petting him, which I've already overdone that, just trying to get a halter on him. Like, does he come to you? No, I've just had to pet him like for 10 days straight, you know, like, you know, once I finally touched him. So it's like, all this is a new process, you know, so you just have to always take them back to what's most familiar at the time. And right now, that's just kind of chasing the tail. We have this thanks to Ethan. I just kind of ran with what I saw. Something that worked, and I ran with it. I actually am getting a little bit on this other side, which is like a huge deal. Huge. He's not a huge fan of it either. I call that pet sippy pets. For now, we let it happen. He pets me. That starts from day one. Like, I wanted to pet him. He's like, no, I'll pet you, and we'll go from there. I moved the door because I want him more square to going in the trailer. he might push on it, but touch my toes. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So I'm starting to lose my Mustang. You see him where he's like not pleased with it. So I come back. I got to have him up here. I got to get something where I'm happy to reward him. Ooh. Ooh. So when I get him in the state I want him, I give a good pet, a lot of release of pressure. And sometimes that release of pressure is just not paying attention, just ignoring him, just letting him stay right where he's at. My prayer is I do this tonight. Tomorrow will be shorter to try to get him back in. So I got what I wanted. You're like, I really want him on the trailer, but like I have to be content with, I got this much. I got exactly what I wanted for this time being. So you give him a break, you know? Sometimes I love it if my boss gave me a break and go, hey, you did what I wanted. Take a break. He'd be like, oh, that'd be great. You know, it works like that with them too. So then he's actually super feely. Just pull on him a little bit. You wouldn't think that blowing out of the trailer or trying to get him in one, but he comes to. I really don't have to pull much. Ooh. And you know what? A lot of this comes from just round penning him. You know, him learning that when I come forward and I get in front of him and I cut off his body language, that he stops. And just now it's more and more of a reward. What you just saw, Joseph, he's been there the whole time, homie. The other thing is, like, him being cautious is why he's still alive. So I don't penalize like 2 steps and then wait a minute. The same thing, like he stopped and just wait a minute. I don't jerk on him. I don't push him. He's alive because he's cautious. So use it to your advantage. I mean, I remember in a trail class, Tanya, correct me if I'm wrong, but they're like, we love it when they look at it. When they look at it, they take the risk in mind, and then they cross it, or how they're going to attack it and go, complete the challenge. But you can see the demeanor changes more and more. The more and more he does what I want, and then rewards. You can see that now all of a sudden we skip the process of just banging it. He just put his foot up right away. And so the reward of the process of taking your time, caring for his heart, not just making something happen, which has taken me a month to learn. So if you can learn it now, good for you. I worked for that, And he's out to please, so it's just a matter of him figuring out what you're asking of him. You made a mess in here. Yeah, you did. Thought about it. No. Ooh. This is where I get like, what do I do now? At my house, seriously. I've never taught him how to back. I can't say, oh, now back up, or even push on him, push him out. Oh, no, there's no going back. He hardly goes forward. Goes forward where I want him. So I was juggling here. What, jam him on a tray. Like, what do I do? Because he doesn't always go forward, and I've never taught him to go back. So figure it out. But first of all, you reward him and just take the pressure off. No big deal. If he goes off, I got him on once, I can get him on again, right? So if I do it once, I can do it twice. Hopefully 3 times. But he spent a lot of time just checking it out. He's a new view. He's seeing everything differently again. So I just let him, just take it easy on him. And if he backs out, then I reward him, right? Because he did more than he did last time. I'll just kind of trot him around, give him a release of pressure. And then hopefully when I come back, if he doesn't walk in, he goes 1-2, comes right back into where he was safe, right? Jason, you archery hunt? Safe in, safe out for a big whitetail buck, right? So same thing for this Mustang. It's like, if it's safe coming in, it's safe. I can do it again because it was safe. I can do it again because it was safe. So as they just kind of, take the biggest buck on your hit list and do this with him. It's the same thing, He's a wild deer, So kind of same idea as if it was safe the first time, it'll be safe the second time. And constant sippy steps is the idea of that. So don't drop your stick. So I'm not even going to use my stick. I literally just nudged him forward with my lead rope, just little sippy steps is all the way in the trailer, I don't really want you chewing on that. Not really. Not good for your teeth. You chew on the metal. This is the funny part. Why is he pawing? Why do you do that? Anybody? Because that was the right answer the first time. All he's got on is his 2 front feet. There's never been an answer for the hind feet. Do you see what I'm saying? So, no, that's not what I want, but that's what worked the first time. You see what I mean? So it's like, you get frustrated. Why are you pawing? Why are you pawing? No, that's what you asked for the first time, and I put my foot up. So it's like, he has to think through this process that now it's got to transfer from his front to his back, that he's got to do the transfer there. Well, doesn't he climb up a mountain? Yeah, but he doesn't climb into a mouse trap. That's where the mountain lions live, in the caves. I don't go in there. So you kind of have to, man, like, don't humanize everything. You know, you got to kind of think outside the box a little bit. So I reward him and take the pressure off because that's actually what I asked for. You know, in his mind, there it is again. It's just a step, just another step. So again, I take my time. That's all I wanted is a step at a time. I can get him exactly where I want him. A little bit at a time, one step, sippy step. My way is the way to go. No, no. Please don't chew on that. Ooh. 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 Good try. Good try. So all he did is pick it up. Yep, that's what I wanted. So I release again. Even just to pick up. That's all he did prior to just start getting on the trailers. Just bump it with your leg. Just bump it with your leg. Just bump it. You know, so I take one step with the hind, just a try. Find anything you can find. If you can reward them for that much, you reward them for that much. Someday it'll all sink in. I really don't want that in your mouth. Really, I really don't. Not really. Ooh. Yep. He doesn't really know what whoa means though, so you can say it all you want. It doesn't really mean anything yet. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Don't want that in your mouth. We having fun yet? My family asked me, why you keep using the long line right there? Because if I had a lead rope, he would have pulled me across Kingdom Come. Then I would have lost the line because I'd have been chasing him, right? So I could just let the line go. He freaks out and then come back. Because, I mean, trust me, you can't, like, have that around your foot. Yeehaw. You know, you'll be chasing them all right. But the other option is this lead rope that doesn't give me enough length to allow him to spook. And then, you know, what happens? You dirt ski, then you're chasing a horse. Like, bad juju. You know, don't do that. So, yeah, I have to play tricks with my rope to make sure that I'm not going to step on it from behind or in front. And it's just part of the, hey, go slow process. Now, did we lose a lot? I haven't had him do that to me yet, but I wanted him. He needs to learn to come out quieter. Well, we'll just take ground from there. Ooh. Attaboy. 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 The pet becomes not a big deal anymore, huh? You know, like take on a trailer and petting them seems easy. Now I think what I did is I kind of touched his chest trying to pull him back. He's just not real used to that. He doesn't know what back means. So I think that's our blow out there, which is okay. I love to be able to give him the back right here. Maybe that might mean something. Just on his nose. That's kind of the problem I'm having is like, I got him on, but didn't really have to. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Perfect. So we're going to take that and we're going to walk over here and do something different. Do pen work. You guys know this. You do pen work out here, and then you like take a horse on a trail ride and it seems like they're like, right? Just a different brain break. Or homeschoolers, you're working on something, then you go outside, jump on a trampoline. You know, so it's like, get a good spot where actually he's backed him off. We got a good quiet step coming off. Give him a brain break, you know. Let him be a horse for a second here. Ooh. Work on something else. Oh. I told everybody this is getting halter on. I know what I'm doing from here. It just is a matter of taking all the small bites to do it. Ooh, 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 ooh. Huh? Yeah, I mean, you can take a break, girl.